Welcome to the Modern Stock Car Cup Tour in race 10 of 28 in Season 3. We are here from the Wild West in Riverside, California for the running of the Taco Bell 300K Blast from Riverside International Raceway, our second road course of the year. You know who won the first road course race of the season? That was the 14 of Carlos Rex. He's starting around mid-pack today, but I'm sure with all the chaos that's about to ensue from California, this is going to not really matter where you end up qualifying. I mean, it's going to matter in some way, but if you're qualifying mid-pack, you're either going to be wrecked or you're going to be in the top 10 by the time the first lap is done. I did some peeking at the practice, and man, people were absolutely reckless on these roads, and it was insane just watching all of them fly by. There's this long straightaway near the back that you can literally hit 190 or even higher when you're on that stretch. So I would definitely say look out for that kind of speed that we are going to see later on today. Daniel Rivera, who won at Iowa just 2 races ago, is on the pole as Matthew Green is to his outside. He led several laps at Watkins Glen until an engine issue along with a collision with Armin Salvador took him out around midway through, and he just couldn't get it done. That was eventually, like we said, Carlos Rex's win. But honestly, that was Daniel Rivera's race to win because Carlos didn't have any front hood, and to add insult to injury, Daniel Rivera was over 14 seconds back when Carlos left pit lane, and by the time the race was over, the lead was down under 2 seconds. So he made up over 12 seconds over the course of 5 laps, and that's just showing how effective that 20 car was. Now, can he pull it off today? I don't know, because you got some of the fairly common road ringers around him that have not won races but have run up front nearly every single time. The '08 of Patrick Starr is a good example of a guy who really does well on the road courses. He just hasn't won. He made the Champions Lottery, and he was one of the 2 guys that made it but didn't win a single race. And the guy right behind him in row 3 on that outside starting in 6th is Nolo Hamilton. He again was really good on road courses. He was also really good on short tracks. He just couldn't get it done on those sort of road course kind of styles. But I'll tell you a guy who has been able to win on a road course. That's the 55 Luis Aguilar. He got his first career win at Sonoma, ironically enough, in California in Season 2 during that stretch during the second half where there were back-to-back road course races. Ryan Adema in the 92 won at Canadian Tire right after that one, but Luis Aguilar in a wreck-filled race got his first win at Sonoma. So that's really, really interesting for Aguilar to start up in 5th today. For the other road course winners, though, from last year, I mean, there was Agristo Papageorgios. He won at Watkins Glen and at Lime Rock Park, but is no longer running in this series this year. I gotta think of the other road course winners. You had Sonoma to go to Aguilar, Papageorgios. I think it was only Papageorgios, Aguilar, and Adema because there were only 4 road course races that year. So that will be really interesting to see how everything pans out. But I'll tell you, the streak is on. Everybody knows it from last year. It was insane. 11 races before we got our first repeat winner, which was Ian Korab at Talladega after he won at Bristol. It was 2 races in a very short stretch of time, but not consecutively. I should point that out. He did not win back-to-back. He just won 2 races before anybody else could win 2. Everybody's sitting at 1 win if they went to victory lane at this point in the season. So it's going to be really interesting to see if Rivera can pull it off. Will Matthew Green steal the thunder? Will Ryan Adema bring himself to the top of the charts with his 5th career win, which would be number 1 all time, since he's currently tied with Season 1 champion Abel DeMarco? Or will a first-time winner take home the 10th race of this season? Would it be Starr? Would it be Reeves? Would it be Hamilton? Heck, could it even be back here? Would it be maybe Riley Wedge, one of the rookies in the field? Maybe he's going to take it home today. Regardless, it's the Taco Bell 300K Blast from Riverside International Raceway. Let's get it underway with the starting command.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Nice evening, long day. It's going to be a lot of adjustment. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. This is a real race here. We're going to have a blast tonight. I can't wait to get out there and get going.
This is going to be a blast of a race and our second road course out of 5 this year. Let's take a look at the starting lineup from Riverside. Row 1, as they're getting everybody sort of filed in there, it's Daniel Rivera and Matthew Green. Row 2 is Patrick Starr and Ryan Adema. Row 3 is Nolo Hamilton and Luis Aguilar. Row 4 is Nelson Reeves and Dan Wilkins. Row 5 is Darian Arnsdorf and Ronnie Martin. Row 6 is Sarah Feng and Santiago Alvarez. Row 7 is Riley Wedge and Creed Daniel. Row 8 is Carlos Rex and Christian Coppola. Row 9 is Brandon Allen and Chase Buck. Row 10 is Dakota Bennett and Brennan Wilmington. Row 11 is Doug Doring and JJU. Row 12 is Jackson Snyder and Armin Salvador. Row 13 is Chris Lattimore and Callan Fleming. Row 14 is Adeline Galvin and Logan Williams. Row 15 is Werrell Daltrip and Leland Hill. Then you or no, it's actually, oh my goodness, Leland Hill and Charlotte Kelly, it looks like. And then for row 16, do we have some sort of issue back here? Like, is somebody having problems? Ah, yes, the 7 of Molly Fleming had a blown engine, I guess. Let's keep going, shall we? Row 16 would inevitably be Hunter Walker and Donna Wilkins, and row 17 would be Nate Relum and Sam Joseph. Row 18 would be Alex Pollock, the new guy in town, and Felipe Ford. And then wrapping it up would be Kyle Driscoll, Caden Robitaille, and Jacob Thibodeau, who crashed in qualifying. He's going to the rear. Although I'll tell you who's in the rear right now, Molly Fleming, who blew up on the pace lap. Daniel Rivera, the native of Mississauga in Ontario, Canada, will lead the field to the green flag, with Matthew Green in second. Pace car is off. From the desert sand and the Wild West, out here in California, we have a green flag from Riverside. As we've already got several cars sliding, including double zeros on his lid. There's a 29. Oh my goodness, it's a graveyard out here. Here's a 13 who just got absolutely punted into the fence. Oh man, the 24 didn't even get going. What in the world happened there? Did he get stuck? Oh, okay, he didn't get started. Okay. Fair enough. Rivera's still in the lead. Look at this back here. Everybody's off into the grass. They're going insane. While we're at it, let's turn up the sound so that you can hear the race. Instead of it being... Oh, it's at 1%. There we go. That's better. Those engines roar. Rivera will lead lap 1 from Riverside in a chaotic turn of events. Green second, Star third, 1 lap down, 28 to go. I mean, look at how they're whipping it around this corner. They're basically sliding all over the place. Uh-oh, look at this. 98 getting pushed by his teammate, the 14 of Rex. Let's take a look from what he sees. He jumped out there as now JJU with big problems as they're stacking up behind him. He goes for a wild ride with the 65 of Creed Daniel. That is why the embankment is not good. I guess you gotta roll with the elements, but my goodness. So definitely the 65 and the 5 are out after that wild flip. Almost like David Ruderman at Watkins Glen in 2011. Look at the 55 getting a run, trying to pass the 55. Or, excuse me, the 05. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, this is what road courses are really all about here in this league. It's all chaos and really... Yeah, it fanned out a lot, but I guess that's better than boring racing. Oh, Aguilar off the pace, got hit by the 10 of Reeves. Reeves now all the way up in third as they're going up through this winding turn. 55 trying to redeem himself. Don't know how he's going to do it. He's going to push the 05 into the corner, although he's on the outside, so he's not in an optimal position. Might have to relegate himself back a little bit. And there's Rivera way out there. There's Felipe Ford, driver for SSR, going back here through the field. Did I not say that these drivers in the back might make it up near the front? Well, guess what? The newest driver in town, native of Chicago, Illinois, Alex Pollock, is in 16th after starting 39th today. He is probably ecstatic to hear that. I mean, he's... Don't know where he's going to end up after this lap, especially if he does not get passed by the 31 of Christian Coppola, who isn't really known for being a road course ringer, but... Oh boy, 98's going to pit lane. Let's see what he's got in store on this lap. Okay, so he's in 15th, so yeah, he moved up almost half the entire field by the time that was taken care of. But right now, Daniel Rivera up by over 2 seconds. Or almost exactly 2 seconds over Patrick Starr in second, Nelson Reeves in third, Nolo Hamilton in fourth, Matthew Green in fifth, Luis Aguilar in sixth, Ryan Adema in seventh. Remember, he got his second career win at Canadian Tire, like I had said before, and the guy in front of him won that race preceding it at Sonoma. In 8th is Sarah Fang, 9th is Chase Buck, 10th is Brandon Allen, 11th is the Watkins Glen winner from this year, Carlos Rex. 12th is Leland Hill. 13th is Jackson Snyder. 14th now is Alex Pollock, although that might change down this straightaway. Long straightaway. It's almost like a highway. Then you got Christian Coppola back in 15th, and then Nate Rellum, Brendan Wilmington, and World Ultra all battling for that 18th position. And Kyle Driscoll back here along with Riley Wedge, Jacob Thibodeau, Charlotte Kelly, Hunter Walker, Armin Salvador, Doug Doring. There's Santiago Alvarez, Callan Fleming. There's Logan Williams. Darian Arnsdorf off the pace. I believe that he also pitted. You can see all the cars here that are already either a lap down or out of the race. That would include... Well, now Jesse Owens is out, but he will finish 41st today. Sam Joseph, Dan Wilkins, Ronnie Martin are all out. But, you know, this is terrible for the points leader, since he's going to go home with a 39th place finish here at Riverside. I know he's not known for his road course expertise, but let's be honest here. Him finishing in 39th with the second place car in the points, I believe that is Nelson Reeves, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm sorry, Chase Buck is second in points. Reeves is in fourth behind Driscoll, who is in 19th, although he's in a really tight battle for position. And then the 10 of Reeves is up in third, so... But the 19 of Chase, he's in 9th, so this is almost guaranteed with an 18-point deficit for Wilkins over Chase. This could very well mean Chase Buck might be your new points leader at the end of the day. Rivera's led every single lap so far. His best lap is a 1:16.741, although that is the best lap on the board. Right now, second best lap is the 33 of Nolo Hamilton, who is now pitting, probably due to damage. He had a 1:16.772. Third is Aguilar, who had a 1:16.913. And then Reeves in fourth with a 1:16.918. And then currently in second on the leaderboard for the race, but fifth on the leaderboard for fastest lap, that'll be Patrick Starr with a 1:17.039. I wonder if he's got the slowest lap. Well, I mean, this kind of explains it right here. A bunch of drivers didn't even complete one lap, so I guess that Dakota Bennett would have the slowest, fastest lap with a 1:24.077, because they're one lap down right now in 34th. About a 2-second lead for Rivera over Starr, as Doug Doring has had problems. He's now stopped, luckily away from the rest of the competition, but he will be going on pit lane. Oh, there's Dakota. Interesting. There's Felipe Ford. I don't know if he'll be a threat to the 20, but considering that the AI and the lap cars have been abysmal, especially since Yuri Najimy in the 91 was the cause of Nelson Reeves wrecking out. Nelson Reeves almost won at Watkins Glen, but just wasn't meant to be. Yeah, there's Felipe Ford on the bottom right. There he is. 1:20.077 was his last lap. Best lap, though, was a 1:19.716, which would put him 33rd. And he's currently in 31st. I believe he's still in the lead lap. Yeah, he's the last car in the lead lap. There's 34 cars still on the track, with the 5, 65, 94, 29, 004, 24, and 7 not, not in the race anymore. But there's 3 cars who are on the track but a lap down, although Felipe Ford might become the 4th one. It's currently the 13 of Donna Wilkins, the 30 of Doug Doering, and the 84 of Dakota Bennett. The 84 being 2 laps down. Here comes Rivera off the final banked curve. The lead is 7th lap in a row. We go on to lap 8 out of 29. Slide is a little bit there. That's a 2.83 second lead for Rivera over Starr, and then by almost 6 seconds over the 3rd place driver, Matthew Green. Like we said, in 4th is Aguilar, 5th is Reeves, 6th is Adama, 7th is Fang, 8th is Chase Buck, 9th is Brandon Allen, and 10th is the new guy in town, Alex Pollock. Went from 39th to 10th, looking for his first career top 10 in his first start. Uh-oh, possible problems there between the 99 and the 54. 54 is going to be falling back here. Now they're 3 wide for position. This would be for what I would presume the 12th spot, and we got the 2 cars around, 34 and the 54. And they're going to try to make it back onto the track without any conflict. They're up on the top of the hill. So yeah, they were able to make it out. They just spun and ended up causing harm for themselves. They're all kind of single file. I mean, looks like Rivera got by the 07 just fine. Let's see where he passed the 07. I can imagine it was on that long straight. It was on the long straight. He was just right there and ended up making the pass with no problem, so I mean, after all, he is 3 seconds slower, and he's off the pace, so. But he's now kind of in the middle between Rivera and Starr, so if Starr wants to get around him, he might give him a hard time. I don't know. Let's take a look from the number 10 of Nelson Reeves, what he sees. Starr might be catching up to the 07. Just saw that road sign up there, the Spark of Power, Champion Spark Plugs. Now another lapped car possibly waiting in the wings for Rivera. That would be the 84 of Dakota Bennett for Sooner State. Rivera crossing the line again. Now in the lap 10. Definitely looking good for Rivera, though. I mean, this is the fastest I've seen his car in a while. You know, people can call his win either illegitimate or otherwise because I kind of do understand. It was after a lengthy review that Rivera led at the white flag and didn't even make it back because he ran out of gas. But I don't know. I know it can be controversial, but I think the whole reasoning being is that this might sound tone deaf, but there were 10 green-white checkers, a full 10 of them. Do you really think that it was worth it to just keep on going and going and going? Because it was going to wear these cars down to the wire. And I didn't think it was worth it. Rivera passing Bennett for the lap position. But yeah, that, I mean, he's not even known for being that good on short tracks. But guess what? Guess what? He got that win. Got it quite handedly too, on that confusion of the last lap. Rivera passed Bennett again on that long straight. We'll see if it made a difference in the margin between the 20 and the 08. It actually made it even better for Rivera. 4.5 seconds. Huge lead right now. I mean, the thing is for Rivera is that this is California in in the southwest of the U.S. right now. Oh boy. This isn't the stick of the snow though. I mean, when we were in Watkins Glen in early February, that was an absolute crap fest because we were in the middle of the snow. This is California. It's 60 degrees with a mild breeze. Here's Rivera once again. Look at those ride heights from those road course cars. Now the 05's having trouble with the 07. Can't get around them. Well, now he will. It just took him a little while to get there. Daniel Rivera with a booming lead. Right now, you do have a battle for position, though, between two Toyotas in the field, but they are not teammates. The 62 of Brennan Wilmington and the 19 of Chase Buck. Or actually, no, Brennan is in 29th. He is a lap down. My apologies. I thought that was for position. My bad. Didn't see that one. This is a battle for position for 14th between two Dodges, Santiago Alvarez and Kyle Driscoll. Driscoll falling back. Actually going to pit lane. Several cars are on pit lane, actually, just none of the leaders. Because Rivera's still out there. Take a look at the pit lane cam. There's Green. Green looked like the only major taker, but Driscoll also came in, so we'll see how that works out for him. Uh-oh, trouble, trouble, trouble. 07 of Felipe Ford. They had enough of him. He's going to come back up onto the track. Reeves overtaking Aguilar, at least holding his line. Here comes Rivera down that kinky straight. I don't think that's what it's called, but you know that little high-speed left turn. And Rivera is going to pit lane on lap 12. Told you that fuel window was going to be about 8 to 14 laps, so Dakota Bennett will have an opportunity to get unlapped. The second place driver, Patrick Starr, is coming in. Jackson Snyder, lap car staying out. All of the lead lap cars coming in this time. And if there's any cars that are on the lead lap but are not coming in, Ethan Thibodeau's coming in. Here comes Daltrey. They're all pitting at the same time. I don't see anybody who's even daring to not pit at this on this lap here. Where is that 20? He's going to need a good pit stop here to make it work. Let's take a look. And he will leave pit lane first. This will shuffle up the field a little bit, but let's see. There's the 08 coming off pit lane. Then there's the 10. And the 92 will leave in front of the 55. Might be being held for something or damage repair. That is not good for his case. Even Brandon Allen is exiting pit lane. He is losing tons of spots. Most of the problems at Sonoma last year were due to pit lane. But this isn't Sonoma. This is really Sonoma with less banking. I mean, the turns are probably similar, yeah, but because I know people compare this old layout to Sonoma Raceway, but honestly, I don't really see it. As Rivera on his outlap before getting really back up to full speed. Hitting about 175. He's hitting 180 when he turns left there. Going into the corner, he was hitting about 180 again. Looks like Green will be in front of the... Yeah, Green will be in front of Reeves. Rivera holding on. 92 is back on pit lane. He got messed up. Did he wreck? I believe so. In fact, I think he might have went on his lid. Yup, he had a wild ride. 14 wrecked him. Take a look at this. That darn embankment is killing these drivers. I mean, wow. Oh, my. That's what I think might have happened to the... Well, the 55 still getting held in pit lane. I'm thinking serving a black flag or something. I don't know. Also, the 95 is out. Several of these cars got caught up in some sort of debacle. Uh-oh, problems between the 33 and the 85. They made contact off that last corner. Right now, the lead is still 6.88 seconds between the 20 and the 08. Rivera coming back to the stripe. We're about halfway through now. Lap 15 out of 29 in order. Felipe Ford down pit lane, and Patrick Starr. See what that gap is, 7.35, and then Green back in third with 9.78 back. I mean, wow. I mean, I know this is a 2.6 mile road course, but I wasn't expecting him to be this far spread out. It's insane. Seems like any one of these fools can just latch onto the back bumper of another and end up wrecking them. That's what we've seen today. Wonder if there's any... I mean, yeah, there's the 13. Possibly a lap target for Rivera. I mean, this isn't like Watkins Glen or another oval where I honestly, you know, being quite honest here, I don't think that a lapped car is going to make a crucial difference in determining the winner. It's going to have to be driver error or just driver stupidity that costs them a win. And that's sometimes the case on road courses. Here comes Rivera off that corner, 13, waiting in the wings. Going to lead that lap with a 1:17.07.019. See if he held that fastest last lap. Yeah, he has. The field's basically been the same on the fastest lap. That 1:16.741 isn't really going to be topped, although his qualifying run was astounding. A 1:15.043, I think it was, or 0:45, regardless. A really fast qualifying run from Rivera to put him in the 1:15s. And he is going to pass the 13, hopefully with no problems. And, yep, no problems on passing the 13. There's Chris Lattimore. And in front of him, Brennan Wilmington, Caden Robitaille, and Dakota Bennett. There's Green and Reeves. A bit far back there. That long, like, highway stretch part of the track looks like it's either part of a highway or a part of a drag strip, but it looks really nice. Also, Luis Aguilar, all the way back in 29th, 2 laps down. Real bad fall from grace for Aguilar. 13 laps to go from Riverside. Current top 10, though, it's making up almost 30 seconds difference, but it's still somewhat good racing. Daniel Rivera in the lead, Patrick Starr in second, Matthew Green in third, Nelson Reeves in fourth. There's Luis Aguilar finally back up on the track. He was really taking a long time. He's in 29th. Sarah Fang in 5th. There is Brandon Allen in 6th. Jacob Thibodeau in 7th. There is Riley Wedge all the way up to 8th. World Ultrip in 9th. And Alex Pollock back into the top 10. I feel like something happened here that... Like, there's Chase. Oh, he just dropped a hood on the pit lane. Okay. They took off the hood and they just left it on the pit box? Yeah, Chase Buck was in the top 10, and so was Carlos Rex. He was 8 and 9th, and now Chase Buck, as soon as he left the pit lane, is blowing up, so he's going to have to bring it back to him. But the only problem is that he has to make a full circuit all the way around the racetrack. He just got passed and almost clipped by the 14, and now the leader's coming along. This might spell ironic disaster. Here comes the 20. I'm just really hoping he doesn't slam it into the back of him. Yeah, he's gonna go off to the side here. I mean, that was just really badly ironic, though, that Chase Buck left the pit lane and almost 2 seconds later started blowing up. So something on his pit stop didn't go right, and he was in the top 10, and now will be likely headed to the garage at the end of the day. I mean, he's running 30 miles an hour. There is no way he's going to get that thing fixed again. I mean, there's Carlos Rex on the end of that long straight. Fastest part of the racetrack. He's in 18th right now, being shown as on the lead lap. All the way down to 21st, it looks like. Yeah, he's going all the way to the bottom of the board. 22nd now. 23rd and 24th. Although he's not a lap down, I would presume that he's the last lead lap car, which will be 24th. But yeah, a bunch of cars out, including Felipe Ford. Oh my goodness, did something happen to him? Something happened on this previous lap that didn't go his way. Did the 19 get involved? I don't know. I do want to know, though. Like, did he get... Did 70 come up on him? '70 is there. That's Brandon Allen. Maybe it's this corner? I don't know. I'm just looking at the replay because I don't know what's going on here. Oh, he just flat out turns him again up into the embankment. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. End over end. And he also collected somebody else, I think. I don't know, but wow. Talk about vehicular manslaughter. So, wow. Huge lead for Rivera. He's led every single lap. He leads by 8.5 seconds. If he brings that lead up one more notch, that would be the largest margin of victory in MSCCT history, at least when the race is over. Because the current record is held by Creed Daniel with a 9.66 second margin of victory. Less than 10 to go, or actually exactly 10 to go right now. Lap 20 of 29. Brought it up to 9.02. It's Carlos Rex again in 23rd. Although he's not really running far off the pace, so it's not like he's... What's it called? Maybe he's running a few miles per hour off pace, but as you can see on the straightaway here, let's watch how fast the 14 goes by going into that left-hand turn. He's hitting 160 right there. It's going to hit 170, 175, and he turns left at 180. How fast is Rivera going? He's only going 2 miles per hour faster at 182. It's Carlos Rex. I mean, he's running maybe, let's see, 20 on this last lap. Let's see what he runs as he crosses the stripe. That would be a 117.995 for Rex. It's a 117.818. Actually, he's running faster laps than Rivera, so he's pulling away, if anything. There's Riley Wedge. He had some problems last time around. Let's see. Oh, he was leaving the pits. Okay, that's why his lap times were showing a 125. I was like, something must have happened something must have happened if he had that much of a problem. There's 16th place Alex Pollock, really having a good day in his debut. One of the best debuts, I'll tell you, is Eli Sasak, who led a few laps and even was in the top 5 almost all day in his first career race, which was at the Figure 8 Derby. What a time to make a debut, right? There's Riley Wedge. I want to wait until this next lap to see if Wedge is running slower laps or faster laps than Rivera, because that could determine whether the 85 might be a blockade. Right now, the 08 of Star is nowhere to be seen. In fact, there he is, way back there. Something either really bad must have happened, or I don't know. Oh, he went to the pits. Okay, so he got his stuff done. Does this mean that the 20 came in? 20 did not come in. Or has yet to come into the pits. He leads by 15.5 seconds over the 10 of Nelson Reeves, who's in second. Regardless, that's a Pacific Racing 1-2 right there. They've already won 3 in a row. No, excuse me, 2 in a row, back to back. They've had 3 wins this year. First win was with Brennan Wilmington at Michigan. Second win was with Rivera at Iowa. And then the third win was Creed Daniel at Kansas. So this will be the 3rd race that they've won in a row. Also, just a note, 14 cars are on the lead lap. And then Rivera would snap the streak of 9 races without a repeat winner. Remember, Season 1 was 8. Season 2 was 11. This would end at 9. See, does he come in here? He does not, unless he's already pitted, which I highly doubt. If we go back here, going all the way back, no, he has not pitted. He has not pitted yet, so at least on this cycle, he hasn't pitted, if that makes sense. Taking a look at some more battles up here. There's the... This is technically for position for the 14th spot. It's just 1 lap down between Driscoll and Pollock, although he's pulling away. He's going to take that spot with ease. Really nothing else going on, though, through the field. There's Thibodeau pulling into the pits. And Patrick Starr all the way back in 6th. A kind of fall from grace. I mean, Aguilar had a worse fall from grace. He's in 26th, 3 laps down. Daniel Rivera possibly pulling up on that 85. It's not going to be a make or break deal, though, because he's 16 seconds, almost 17 seconds ahead of Reeves. So again, unless something terrible happens to the 20, then he will be fine to... Oh, is he going to the pits now? He is going to the pits now. Daniel Rivera's in. Question is, the leaders now, just now entering this thing right here. The fuel window is kind of really messing everybody up here. Here comes Rivera into his pit stall. Gotta see what's gonna be the situation here. Gonna shut off the car, and he's gonna... You're not gonna shut off the car, but he's gonna just get his service done. Did the 10 come in? The 10 did come in. And there goes the 20. So just as the 10 was getting started, the 20 left pit lane. There's the 08 of Patrick Starr, maybe trying to get his redemption back. He still is not pitted. And now Reeves is going to lose second, assuming... Yeah, he's going to lose second, assuming that there is no issue with the 08. He's even going to lose third unless he gives a challenge to Green. He is going to give a challenge to Green, and he's going to hold him off. Great work there. And you can see there's actually nobody in between the 18, the 20, and the 08. Although this battle's a lot closer now than it was before. 18 seconds, my goodness. There's the 62 in 24th. Did he pass the 62? No, he's just far ahead. I want to see if the 08 comes in. I have a feeling he's going to. He will not, I assume. No, he's going to stay out. There's Rivera going by. Look at that lead get cut in half. 7.65. Although, if I'm being honest, I think the 08 pitted early. Yeah, he pitted on lap 21. So he pitted before everybody else. Talk about a great strategy move. He pitted before everybody else, and he was back there. He was in 6th. He was off the pace. Now he's back on pace, and he is in 2nd. Green in 3rd. Reeves in 4th. It looks like Green did make that pass. Thibodeau in 5th. Fang in 6th. Rex in 7th. Wedge up in 8th. Brandon Allen in 9th, and Alex Pollock in 10th. So he might get a top 10 in his first career start. Closing in on these last couple of laps, Daniel Rivera looking to lead every single lap en route to what would be his 2nd career victory, his 2nd win of the season. I know a lot of people in the pre-race show said, you know what, I got Rivera winning this one. Well, guess what? It looks like these sort of predictions have really come off to pay, as now on lap 26 of 29, he's just a few more miles away from getting his 2nd career victory and snapping that streak, which would be at 9 wins. Up in front of them will be the 33 and the 62, although I don't, again, think that they are going to be serious, threats right now. And the reason why I say threats is because we all know how lovely the AI are, especially when they're lapped cars, when they're treating these leaders. Happened at Watkins Glen. It even happens at ovals sometimes. I believe it even happened at Michigan, which was the race immediately after Watkins Glen. So, what are you supposed to do there? He's going to get up on the 33. Probably going to make a pass here. He's on the inside. I guess he was trying to draft off him or something. That's one thing that I've seen a lot of. Coming back, which would be to 3 to go this time. There's the 10, who's now overtaken the 05. He's going to take 3rd away from Matthew Green. Really no other positional changes, although Brandon Allen looked like he was either slowing or whatnot. Also side-by-side for position, the 14 and the 85. This is for position, mind you. Holy cow. There goes the 85. He's going to take him. He's going to take that position back. He's going to get 7th out of this one. Just taking a look through the field right now, Rivera. If I've ever seen a cruising victory, this is it right here. He just needs one more second on the 08 for the largest margin of victory. He'll become just the 3rd driver to lead every single lap in a race. The other 2 being Agristo Papageorgis and Abel DeMarco. And he'll come back to 2 laps to go. Here comes Starr off that final curve. See what that timer shows us on the replay. 9.66. That literally ties it right there. So unless, again, if Rivera gets an obstruction, that'll be the only thing that'll really stop him from getting that record. Which was set, keep in mind, this was set by a Pacific Racing car just last year at Darlington. Except the only thing is that that's a road course. Or excuse me, Darlington's a 1.3 mile oval. This is a road course. Brennan Wilmington right up in front there. It would be the perfect time for Rivera to pass him if he's coming up close there. And he's further away than what the cameras kind of show. If you look at his hood camera, he's way far out. Daniel Rivera from up north in Canada signed with Pacific Racing this season. got a whole bunch of sponsorship, including from FedEx. He will now take the final curve, and he will take the white flag from Riverside. One more lap to go for Daniel Rivera. Back in second, there's Starr. Starr will be looking for his first win if he pulls it off, which, I don't know. I don't think he can do it unless something tragic happens here. But we've seen it before. We've seen multiple flips. This is his own teammate and his team owner, the 62 of Brennan Wilmington. He's going to touch him. Oh, no, you have to be kidding me. What's he doing all this for? Oh, he's going to bump and bang out of the way. He's going to send him wide through that corner, through those little S's. Wilmington is not going to be willing to get him back. And he's going to pull away. There's Starr right there. Again, that could have been extremely bad for the 20. But he's going to let him cruise to victory. He'd rather get lapped than watch his own car not go to victory lane. Through the final turn at Riverside. Win number 2 for Daniel Rivera. And 3 in a row for Pacific Racing. Here he comes to the stripe. Daniel Rivera wins at Riverside. What a great story right there. Daniel Rivera going from 0 to 100 real quick. 2 wins for him on the season. That's the 4th win in 10 races for Pacific Racing. He was often the favorite to take it home, and here at Riverside he does it. And he also, as I had projected before, he sets the record for the largest margin of victory in an MSCCT race, 11.25 seconds over Patrick Starr in second, Nelson Reeves 23 seconds back in third, Matthew Green in fourth, there's Jacob Thibodeau in fifth, Luis Aguilar in sixth, there's Sarah Fang in seventh, or excuse me, no, Luis Aguilar was not on the lead lap, sorry. Sarah Fang was in sixth. Back in 7th with Riley Wedge, Carlos Rex, the Watkins Glen winner in 8th. Brandon Allen in 9th, and Santiago Alvarez in 10th. That new guy, Alex Pollock, well, he didn't really have the best of fares. He was in the top 10 for a while. Where did he finish? He finished 13th today. So, good for your debut race, I gotta tell you. Daniel Rivera will burn it down out west. He may come from up north, but I gotta tell you, he must love the warm weather. So he wins at Iowa and he wins in Riverside. 3 in a row for Pacific Racing. This has been Dan Wilkins with the MSCCT. We'll see you guys next time from the Quad Ovals and the Deep South at Texas Motor Speedway for the AT&T 500.